Learn every day for a better life. Welcome to this video about a day in the life of a journalist. In this video, we will take you behind the scenes to show you what it's like to work as a journalist, including researching, interviewing, writing, and editing. Journalism is an exciting and challenging field, and we hope this video will give you a glimpse into the world of journalists. Morning routine. Most journalists start their day early, around 6 a.m. They spend the first hour of their day checking the news, both local and global. They use this time to catch up on the latest events and gather any information that might be relevant to their work. They also check their emails to see if any sources or interviewees have responded to their queries. Research. Once they have completed their morning routine, journalists head to their workplace, which could be a newsroom, a studio, or even a coffee shop. The first order of business is research. They spend the next few hours combing through various sources to gather as much information as possible. They scour the internet, read newspapers, and call up contacts to gather information and background for their story. Interviews. After gathering all the necessary information, journalists start reaching out to sources to schedule interviews. They spend a considerable amount of time setting up appointments with experts, eyewitnesses, and other relevant people who can provide insights into the story they are working on. Writing. Once they have conducted all their interviews, journalists begin the writing process. They spend several hours crafting a story that is accurate, informative, and compelling. They carefully review all their notes, transcriptions, and recordings to ensure that they have captured all the relevant information. Editing. After completing the first draft of their story, journalists pass it on to the editor for review. The editor provides feedback on the structure, tone, and content of the story. Journalists then incorporate this feedback and make the necessary revisions. Final review. Finally, journalists review the final version of the story and ensure that it meets all the requirements of their editor and publication. They ensure that all the sources are correctly cited, all the facts are accurate, and the story flows well. Investigative journalism. Some journalists specialize in investigative journalism, which involves digging deeper into a particular story or topic to uncover hidden information. Investigative journalists spend a significant amount of time conducting research and interviews, often uncovering information that powerful people or institutions would prefer to keep hidden. Investigative journalism can be dangerous, and journalists who pursue it must be careful to protect themselves and their sources. Deadlines and pressure. Journalists often work under tight deadlines and intense pressure. Breaking news stories require journalists to work quickly and accurately, often filing reports on the go. They must be able to multitask, juggling several stories at once and responding to changing situations. This can be stressful, but it's also exhilarating. Changing media landscape. The media landscape is constantly evolving, and journalists must adapt to new technologies and formats. The rise of social media and online news sites has changed the way that news is consumed and shared. Journalists must be able to use these platforms to their advantage, building their brand and reaching new audiences. At the same time, they must be careful to maintain their journalistic integrity and avoid the pitfalls of fake news and misinformation. Journalism is a challenging and exciting field, and journalists must be able to navigate these changes while staying true to their values and principles. Being a journalist is a demanding job that requires a lot of hard work and dedication. It involves researching, interviewing, writing, and editing. Journalists' days are long and intense, but it's also rewarding. They get to tell important stories that inform and impact people's lives. We hope this video has given you an insight into the world of journalism and the work journalists do. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Subscribe to make your life better.